7 of my winter challenge with the day before's prep. In this tub here we got Bloodworm X boilies, 14s and 18 mils, and what I've coated them in is Scud and the matching Bloodworm X liquids. These will have overnight to soak in, and then tomorrow they'll be oozing with extra attractants. I've picked my two potential spots. One's peg 1 up on Mitre Pool. I don't know if you can see the oozing green. It's coming off my glugged boilies. This is peg 1, first one, just putting a bit of bait in the margins, as fish seem to have been coming out recently from close in, even during the day. And this is peg 2. A bit more in the brunt of the wind. We've put a few baits in there as well. Hopefully the carp will find these during the 15 odd hours of darkness tonight, and then tomorrow morning hopefully they'll be on the spots. Fingers crossed anyway. I haven't gone wild, just probably about 20 odd boilies in each spot. It's winter after all, they aren't going to be feeding heavily. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Thursday the 17th of December 2015, and this is part 7 of my winter challenge. As you saw in the first part of the video, I baited up a little bit last night on pegs 1 and 2 on Bishop's Bowl Mitre Pool. Fancied a bit of a change of scenery, and there are still fish coming out of this lake. We're coming into Christmas and the weather's still not got cold. It went down to lows at 10 degrees last night. We got highs of 14 today. I've already had a couple of fish jump out in front of my peg. I'm on peg 14. As the bait that I put in last night had then been touched on pegs 1 and 2. Saw the bailiff on the way in as I paid for my day ticket. He advised I'd over here. Within 10 minutes of getting on the peg, I already see the fish top. So I've got one bait on there, and one close to the reed line on the right hand side, which is down about 11 foot deep. And the carp's topped up very close to my right rod, so they're both going to get left in. We're going to give it till 1 o'clock. If I haven't had a touch, wind in, check the rigs, maybe fresh PVA bags, and we'll see what happens. As the rain starts coming down, we're having a change of tactics. PVA stringer, 14-18mm Bloodworm X boilies, onto an 18mm Bloodworm X boilie dipped in Scud. All available from Nature Baits. Hiding in the bivvy now. It's hammering it down with rain, you might be able to hear it. It's a bit of spattering on the bivvy. Just before it did start hammering it down, I've had to take a shower. I've seen a carp top just to the right of where my left hand rod is. I'm going to leave them both here till I go. The carp, they're out in the bit that I'm fishing. Let's just hope they sniff out my bait. We've got about half an hour left, and yet again in my winter challenge series, it's another check, book and pen. We're back here again, Light Horn Heaths, Meadow Pool at the Kingston Pool Complex. Humongous winds today, it's blowing a hoolie. Gusts of 45 miles an hour. It's going to be a breezy one. We're yet to have a touch or see a sign of carp yet. Gonna keep fingers crossed. I've got a bait in the same spot as all the other times I've been fishing here. It seems that every time I am here, the carp are congregating in one area of the lake. I've got my usual little gravel spot where they're on the bank, where it's a little bit drier and less muddy than other parts of the lake. I can get to the spots easily where I took a few fish from the last few months. So I'm looking to do the same again, and if all else fails, for the last half hour I can have a go with a drop shot, because I brought a drop shot rod with me after success a few weeks ago. So let's see what happens and let's hope for the best. Well, I'm absolutely fuming. I just had a screaming run on the right hand rod. I just put a little bit of bait out, done my usual PVA stringer, fluorocarbon. It was going down to the Bloodworm X, and I got done in the same snag I got done by another carp a few weeks back. Exactly the same snag, couldn't keep it out of there, and it's grating my line. Snapped my fluorocarbon hair rig. At least I know they're feeding where they are, so I'm going to get this rod reset up and then get both rods onto that spot. Gotta say, I'm absolutely devastated about losing that. It's on the corner of the island behind me, there's a snag. I mean, it got in there, it's my own fault. I should have tried to pull it away from it before it got in there. I've completely forgotten about it being there. But anyway, I moved the other rod that was out, I wound that in quickly and put that on the spot that I had the fish from. Well, sorry, the run, should I say, I didn't get the fish in. The right hand rod's been quickly reset up, and that's gone back just to the left of where the other rod is. So they're both on the spot where I had the run from. Put about 15-20 boilies out there about half an hour before the run, and then put the rod on top of it. That seems to be where they are. Boosting my confidence a bit. I might be able to snare one out for the cameras before we go, and then let's hope it's a big gill.